We're starting here on the east side of Pagosa Springs at the intersection of Highway 160 and Highway 84. We've got the Junction restaurant here on the left, and we're coming up to an area with a couple of restaurants, including Meander and Riff Raff on the Rio on the right. On the left there in that parking lot is where the market opens up in the summer. And we're just past Ski and Bow Rack, which is an outdoor supply store. To the right there is Benny's Mexican Restaurant. And the river walk goes behind these buildings on the right. To the right, there's the Malt Shop, which is burgers and ice cream. And we're passing over the San Juan River here, right across the bridge. And right there on the right is the Pagosa Museum. And the river trail goes along the river to the left there behind those buildings. We're passing Kip's Mexican Restaurant on the left and the Nightingale Motel and Neon Mallard Bar also on the left. We just passed Pagosa Mountain Sports, where you can rent some equipment, on the right. The Pagosa Ranger District is on the right. We just passed that. Have the Alley House there on the right. That's a restaurant, as well as the Pagosa Bakery on the right there, that little yellow house. We've got the Pagosa Springs Humane Society thrift store here on the left. If you're looking for some outdoor stuff, you can find that sometimes there. Behind the fence here on the left is the town park, where concerts and events are held, usually in the summer. We've got the Pagosa Springs Middle School here on the right, and we're entering the historic downtown area of Pagosa Springs. At the intersection here to the left is the road down to the Hot Springs Resort, and on the right at the corner is the Goodman's Department Store, which is a historic department store, the Rose Restaurant, the Liberty Theater, which is a historic movie theater, and a couple of other stores and shops there of various items. To the left is a parking area with the San Juan River Walk behind it. We just passed Pagosa Bar on the right, and the Root Coffee House is down at the bottom of the building on the left over there. Up here on the right, the farmers market is held in a park behind that little tower building right there. And there's some electric vehicle charging stations on the left in one of those parking lots. There's a couple of gift stores here in this area, and we're passing the Bruin Coffee and Donut Shop here on the left, as well as coming up to Natural Grocers on the left in that shopping complex there. There's the grocery store and some other things. The Pagosa Library is here on the left on the corner at the light. And we're about to come up on Sage Restaurant, which is a popular place for burgers, up here on the right. And the elementary school is there on the left as well, up that little hill. So we're starting up Putt Hill, which is a long, steady climb of a hill. You'll hear people refer to that, Putt Hill. And up here on the right is Motel Soco, which is a popular motel as well as a bar that has outdoor bands and things in the summer. You'll see that right there on the right. We continue on up Putt Hill, and there's a variety of stores. There's a solar store on the right there. There's a granite place. And we're coming up to an area where there's some industrial type buildings. There's an electrical supply store coming up here on the left at that intersection. There to the left. So down there to the left is Pagosa Craft, which is a popular dispensary. And we're just going to keep on continuing up Putt Hill here. You see those industrial spaces there on the left. There's neighborhoods in behind on both sides of this street. So on both sides of Highway 160, there's neighborhoods tucked behind there. We've got the Pagosa Pines RV Park here on the right, as well as a couple of little stores in that area there, right there. You'll see those kind of orangey buildings. Keep on going up Putt Hill. It's a long hill. We're coming up to a putt-putt place at the Tall Pines Restaurant and Putt-Putt Golf Course here coming up. Almost there. Right there on the right is the putt-putt course. There's a few a few car maintenance places coming up here on the right. There's a car supply store, things like that. And we'll enter an area up here on the right where there's a series of restaurants and stores. We've got the Break Room pizza place. We've got a Made in Colorado gift store. City Hall restaurant is there. We just passed a laundry place. There's also the Pagosa Springs Center for the Arts is located here, as well as Ponderosa Lumber. And we're coming up to the intersection here with Piedra Road, where there's a Speedway gas station with an RV dump station if you need that for your RV. And to the left is Wells Fargo and some county offices. And Piedra Road will take you out to Pagosa Lakes area and the Williams Creek Reservoir. And that's at this light coming up right up here. So now we're in what's called the Uptown area of Pagosa. The Uptown area of Pagosa Springs. We just went through the downtown area and now we're in the Uptown area. So on the right here, we're going to pass a little bit of the Pagosa Springs Golf Course. And we're coming up on Walmart on the left. There's a couple other buildings there with some other stores and restaurants. So golf course is there on the right under the snow. And Pagosa Lakes is coming up. It's frozen still in February. It's a couple of different restaurants and outdoor supply places there and some stores on the left. So that's the intersection to enter Walmart. There's also a tire store there on the corner and a couple other places. There's a path along the road on the left-hand side. That's good for bikes and pedestrians. Nice little way to walk around. The lake is frozen on our right there. We're coming up to the Club Wyndham timeshare check-in office on the right after this hotel right here. And then we're entering an area where there's a lot of restaurants in the shopping center on the right. We've got the Colorado Cafe, there's Thai Pagosa, there's a Roadhouse restaurant. And behind all of those, after these buildings here on the right, that's an apartment building, that gray and red one. And then the next intersection will take you into a large shopping complex area where there's City Market, which is our main grocery store. There's also a UPS store. There's various restaurants, including Rosie's Pizza. There's McDonald's. There's a couple other little fast foody type restaurants in that area. And we're coming up here to an intersection where to the left, it'll take you down to the Pagosa Hospital and medical offices. There's a couple of new ones under construction as well. And we're hitting the edge of town on the west side here, the west side of Pagosa Springs. Still some more development this way. We're going to pass Ace Hardware coming up here, which is a large hardware store, larger than most Ace hardwares. It also has furniture and some other supplies and things like that that you might need. There's the Ace Hardware there on the right. And then there's a couple of new warehouse type buildings where you can rent spaces, individual studios type spaces in there. There's some storage facilities on the left there. And we're heading out of town basically. There's a couple of neighborhoods back in these areas, both sides. But this is basically the edge of town, and we are now heading west toward Chimney Rock, which you can actually see on the left a little bit further up here. So I hope you found this useful and enjoy your time in Pagosa Springs.